Hello again to my dear subscribers and anybody else that's new here for the first time. A special hello to you. This video is more of a question than a statement. I drive a lot of motorways in the country, particularly the M1 and the M25, M1 south of Milton Keynes generally, and the M25 round to Heathrow. And I've noticed over the past year or two, certainly year, maybe 2 years, that a lot of the motorway sections I drive on are permanently speed reduced to 60 miles an hour or less. And I guess I don't quite understand why this is, because the national speed limit is 70 miles an hour. And I don't understand why they're permanently reduced to 60. If anybody's in this group who belongs to National Highways or works for National Highways or is in the road industry that can answer this question for me, I'd be really grateful, because I'm just puzzled. It's not just during the peak times, the rush hour. I mean, we used to call it the rush hour. You're not allowed to call it the rush hour anymore. It's called the peak. National Highways call it the peak. And I know this for a fact, because I was talking to a guy once who said to me, oh no, we're not allowed to call it the rush hour anymore, because if somebody rushes to work and they have a crash, they could say that they were rushing and therefore we're implicated. This is the nonsense of this litigation culture that we live in. So they call it the peak. So there's 2 peaks a day. Now I can understand why, if during the rush hour or the peak in the morning or the afternoon, they need to manage the traffic. I sort of get that, I understand that. But what I don't understand is why it's speed reduced pretty much all the time. Now I don't know whether this is all over the country, but I certainly can speak for certainly the bit of road I'm on at the moment, which is the M1. I'm just going through Luton. Some of you may recognise if you live in this area, but it is literally speed reduced all day, every day, pretty much, down to 60 miles an hour. Now I very, very rarely see an incident. You might see the occasional vehicle that's in one of these emergency refuge areas, which is there and it's off the road. It's not even in the hard shoulder. It's in one of the all-lane running sections, which is what I'm on at the moment, because you can see here the hard shoulder's been removed and it's now an all-lane running section, which is going to be the subject of another video, because I think it's ludicrous. I mean, you can see how close the barrier is on the left-hand side, and there's a concrete wall on the right-hand side. So if you break down in one of these lanes, especially the left lane, or any lane in fact, you've got these emergency refuge areas. There's one coming up on the left here. Now you've got to make it to that area to be safe. So if you've got a catastrophic failure in your car, a tyre shredded, or a catastrophic failure in the engine, you're stuck in a live lane. And also if somebody is already in that emergency refuge area, HGV being dealt with by a tyre fitting van or something, and it's fully occupied, what do you do? Where do you go? Do you literally have to stop on the carriageway in a live lane? It's mental. But as you can see, this section now I'm on we're north of Luton now, and I'm just coming up to, there's a massive great Lidl distribution centre on the left, and it's still speed reduced. There's not been an incident. It's still 60 miles an hour. And what I seem to see when this happens is, I mean, it's not so busy at the moment, but in an hour or so of time it will get busy. But what seems to happen is you just get bunching of vehicles. Nobody's moving any faster in either lane. It's all moving at the same speed, and of course what that does is then, I've noticed as well, is it creates frustration amongst drivers, and they'll then be zipping up from the inside, weaving their way through the traffic, which in itself is dangerous. It's mad. So if there's anybody on here from Highways England, or not Highways England, they're not called that Highways England, but they're National Highways. If somebody's on here from National Highways and can answer this question for me and for us generally, I'd really appreciate it. So comments below, please. And also if you could tell me if it's a nationwide thing. It certainly is in the southeast. We get a lot of motorways, the M11, the M40, the M4, the M25, all around the M25. It's not just the bit that I drive, the northwest quadrant is speed reduced. It seems to be entirely around the entire circle of the M25. So if you have any inside information on this, I'd really appreciate it, because it baffles me, it really does. I don't know whether it's safe. I mean, obviously National Highways think it's safe, but I just think that when they do it and it bunches the traffic up and people get frustrated, it causes more problems than it seems to solve. So if you've got any answers, that would be great. Put them down below in the comments. I appreciate it, and any good ones I will bring up for a future video. I can, you know, mention you in that as well, and I'll also answer any good questions myself. So anyway, thanks for watching the video, and enjoy the motorway driving. Thank you.